I don't really watch the pro surf competitions, but I'm always curious how stuff works. So in today's episode, we're diving under the hood of the WSL, the World Surf League. Welcome to the Wipeout Weekly, the daily podcast for beginners, wannabe surfers, and seasoned wipeout enthusiasts. No hype, no filler, just the highs, lows, and honest truth about learning to surf and finding your place in surf culture. I'm your host, Suze Wilson. Let's go out. If you've ever watched a pro surf comp, you've probably heard of the World Surf League, or WSL. But it wasn't always the slick, drone-shot, globally streamed production we know today. The WSL has roots going back nearly 50 years, to a time when professional surfing was scrappier, looser, and almost entirely driven by surfers themselves. It all started in 1976 when two Hawaiians, Fred Hemmings and Randy Rarick, launched the International Professional Surfers, or IPS, circuit. It was the first attempt to create a unified world tour, stringing together competitions across countries and continents. Surfers could finally rack up points across a season instead of relying on a one-off wins to make a name for themselves. But by the early 80s, some athletes felt that IPS lacked structure and vision. So in 1983, a breakaway group led by Australian surf legend Ian Kearns formed the Association of Surfing Professionals, the ASP. This is when things really started to click. The ASP brought in clearer judging criteria, man-on-man heats, priority rules, and a proper tour format. Through the 90s and noughties, it was the ASP era that gave rise to household names like Kelly Slater, Lisa Anderson, Andy Irons, and Lane Beachley. Pro surfing was finally being taken seriously. And according to the reports, it was thrilling. Then, in 2013, everything changed again. Of course it did. A company called Zosea Media bought the ASP with financial backing from billionaire surf fan Dirk Ziff. 2 years later, in 2015, the ASP was rebranded as the World Surf League. Along with the name change came a massive overhaul in how pro surfing was marketed, produced, and shared. We're talking slick live streams, professional commentary, social media storytelling, and eventually, yes, thank God, equal prize money for men and women by 2019. Today, the WSL runs everything from the Elite Championship Tour to the Challenger and Qualifying Series, plus big wave events and special showcases like the Eddie. They've even dabbled in reality TV with the Ultimate Surfer. But how does it work, Suze? Are you asking how this is going to work this year or in 2006? Oh yeah, the 2006 Championship Tour is getting a major shakeup. The season will run from April to December, kicking off in Australia and wrapping up where it all should, Hawaii. The finale will be the legendary Pipe Masters, now restored as the crown jewel of the tour. The tour features 12 stops, including fan favorites like Jeffreys Bay, Cloudbreak, and Lower Trestles. And for the first time, the women's CT roster is expanding from 18 to 24 surfers. Yeah! While the men stays at 34. Here's how it will work. Surfers will compete in 9 regular season events. From there, the field narrows down to 20 for men and 16 women, who will head into 2 new post-season events, Surf Abu Dhabi and Peniche in Portugal. Then comes the grand finale at Pipeline, with all the original CT surfers rejoining the mix, CT Championship Tour. There are no more second chances. No elimination rounds are gone. If you lose, you're out. And Pipeline isn't just symbolic. It's now the highest stakes event on tour, awarding 15,000 points instead of the usual 10,000. The top 8 men and women heading into pipe will get deeper seats in the draw, giving them a strategic advantage. The WSL says these changes are about honoring surfing's roots while raising the stakes. They also confirm that Vans has officially handed over the rights to the Pipe Masters and will now serve as the event's apparel and footwear partner. Talking about apparel, what's with the jerseys? Red means higher seed, yellow, current world number 1. And why even the jerseys? Because bright colors help judges identify surfers in the water. What else do the judges care about? I mean, how they're scoring surfers in heats. It's all based on commitment and degree of difficulty, innovative and progressive maneuvers, combination and variety of maneuvers, speed, power, and flow. If you do well, there's money to be had. You're not competing, so you're not going to care how much you can get at each stage of this rung climbing event. In total, about $11 million is at stake. But if you end up in the last 5, the winner takes home $200,000. The runner-up, $100,000. Bronze is $75K, then $60K, and the 5th place, inexplicably, is $40,550. I don't know what the odds are, but is it worth shelling out just under $100 to enter a single event? Sure, why not? And that's all for today. Check out the Wipe Weekly for our free newsletter, more stories, and ways to connect with us. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow for more of the Wipe Weekly.